Hello again, everybody, and welcome back to video 2 of the series. Today, we're going to be talking about two terms that are very important in helping you monitor your diabetes. These are blood sugar and hemoglobin A1C. These two terms are often confusing for people living with diabetes, and so during this video, I'm going to simplify these and go into detail about both of these terms. So we talked in our last video about how diabetes is a disease in certain people where their blood sugar is too high. But how do we know this? Doctors, dietitians, and other health professionals measure the amount of sugar in a person in two different ways. They do this by looking at blood sugar or looking at hemoglobin A1C. Blood sugar, also called blood glucose, directly measures the amount of sugar within the blood of a patient at any given moment. Normal sugar levels are around 100, but these can be much higher in people with diabetes. Blood sugar levels can be measured in the clinic, but they can also be measured outside of the clinic using a personal blood sugar monitor shown here on the right. Some of you may even have one of these. Next, let's talk about hemoglobin A1C. This is a fancy medical term for a protein within your blood. This protein helps medical professionals determine the average blood sugar for a patient over the last 3 months. These levels are typically below 6. However, in diabetics, we can occasionally see A1C levels above 10. So the goal of any patient with diabetes should be to lower both their blood sugar level and their hemoglobin A1C level to within a normal range. Over the next few videos, we're going to discuss different ways that you can lower your sugar levels to get both of these values within your normal range. Before we end this video, I would like to share with you an example that helps further explain this difference between blood sugar and hemoglobin A1C. This example is courtesy of Dr. Amanda Willard, a dietitian at the 1917 clinic. In this example, we have this young school-age kid here. He's taking a class where there are 3 different quizzes. Let's suppose on the first quiz, he does very poorly and fails it. However, after that, you see that he studies really hard and gets a B and an A on the next 2 quizzes. His overall grade for the class is still going to be average, around a C, due to the fact that he failed the first quiz. Let's now consider a person living with diabetes after they eat certain meals. Let's suppose for the first meal, they splurge and they eat a hamburger, and then for dessert, eat a delicious piece of cake. This is a meal that is really high in carbs and sugars. And so after about an hour afterwards, you can see that their sugar levels are very high. For this example, let's just say that the sugar level is around 300. For the next meal, they do a lot better and they eat a salad. You can see then a couple hours after the meal, their blood sugar level is great and around 100, still very low. For their third meal, the person eats a meat and veggie plate, something like baked chicken with green beans. After this meal, their blood sugar is still pretty good and around 150. With this example, the person would end up with an average A1C level of around 8. Now let's suppose that this same person were to eat worse, and they were to eat more hamburgers and cakes over the course of a couple months. Similar to the school kid above, this person would end up failing, and their A1C levels would eventually get much higher and go above 8. However, if that same person were to cut out the unhealthy stuff and primarily eat more meals like the second and third meal, they would ultimately see their A1C levels drop to around a normal range. So that's it for this video where we talked about the differences between blood sugar and hemoglobin A1C. I hope you found it educational and learned something, and also found it at least somewhat entertaining. As always, if you have any questions or comments, feel free to call or email me. Also, feel free to bring any of your questions to the 1917 physician and or dietitian. Finally, I again want to say thank you for watching this video and plan on seeing you at the next one.